Tonight we'll see and hear firsthand
This kind of sound.
Let's hear Adidas, OxyClean, Dunkin' Donuts, Sony, Nike, Apple, Aunt Jemima pancake syrup, Hershey's chocolate, Orville, Redina, Samsung, Sunkist, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Mercedes-Benz, Acura, Toyota. Every time I showed you one of these products and said their name, automatically within 1 second you had a feeling about what that company is and who they represent. Apple, quality, expensive, trendy. Nike, athletic, cool, also pretty expensive. Dunkin' Donuts, cheaper than Starbucks, pretty good coffee. Now, what you may or may not realize is most of these companies actively created this brand. They actively created this feeling that surrounds them and gives their customers this good feeling inside. You see, these companies spend hundreds of thousands, if not millions, creating this feeling, this sense of belonging, or this representable brand. It doesn't really just happen. Many successful people have done the same. David Beckham, Will Ferrell,
Santa here? I know him.
Muhammad Ali.
I'm gonna float like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
All these recognizable people are not necessarily businesses or companies, but they have a brand surrounding them. This idea of a brand doesn't just stop at famous or successful people. Whether knowingly or unknowingly, we all create our own brand. For example, if you tell someone you're gonna do something, and then you come through and you do it, you do exactly what you told them you would do. You build up this idea that you're trustworthy, that they can count on you, and they'll come back to you for something else. On the flip side of that, if you're someone who always shows up late to work or always calls off, you create this brand, and your coworkers and the company you work for builds up this idea of what you are and who you represent. The bad news about this idea that we're all our own brand is the majority of people don't really think of themselves as a brand or think of themselves as a business. They're not actively thinking about how their actions will affect their brand and how people perceive them. The good news is we have 100% control of what our brand is and who our brand represents. For example, United Airlines a couple months ago had a couple employees drag a man off of their flight. That had a huge impact on their brand. The company is reliant on their employees and the people who work for them to actively represent their brand every day. We have 100% control of our brand. All we have to do is actively think about what we're doing and how it will affect people's perception of us. As humans, naturally, we're judgmental. That's how we perceive things in life and create ideas about what they represent to us. We can either fight this idea of judgments and perceptions, dress like we don't care and act like we don't care, or we can use it to play to our advantage. You may not be selling products or items to a group of people or to a large audience, but every person you come in contact with, whether for the first time or for the 100th time, you're adding to your brand, you're adding to what you're selling to them. Most importantly, promises are very important, but the biggest promise that you should keep is to yourself. If you promise yourself you're gonna do something, do it. Don't let yourself down. You build up momentum by keeping promises to yourself and doing things. In summary, think of yourself as a brand, keep your promises to yourself and to your brand, and remember that every little thing you do naturally has an effect on how people think of you and perceive you in their daily life. For reaction, Charlie, your brand is overeating, missing the litter box occasionally with your pee. Peanut, your brand is sweet, lovable, relaxed, and calm. This is a brand you guys all want to get on board with. Isn't that right, buddy?